Yeah. Oh, by the way, try not to peek too much because I don't want this audio to be too bad.
Yeah. By the way, Bruce, let's save that to the podcast.
Oh, I might as well keep this in the podcast because I'm recording right now.
Wow. Okay, so what are we starting?
We pretty much just start right now. I mean, usually we just have regular conversations and just start off this whole podcast, but I mean, it's usually just whenever, man.
Yeah, let's wing it.
I mean, that's what we do most of the time, and that's all we just do. Like the way how Bruce said, wing it.
All right, so I guess let's talk about the beginning. All right,
Not
let's
to
start
mention, I
off with.
still gotta advertise this video on my social media, and I'm gonna do that later on other platforms.
So yeah, anyways, but hold on, but look, it's just like Angel, he got cut off right now, and I guess he feels bad about it. But the thing that I feel bad about is the fact that what I was trying to originally do for this podcast was trying to not do it based on audio anymore and do it through a webcam. But my damn webcam messed up for some odd reason, and Josh is not contacting me enough. Fast enough to help me with it, so we just had to keep this originally just through audio. So yeah, people, this whole podcast was originally going to be the start of us doing our first ever podcast with us physically showing our faces. But I thought that would have been a nice surprise, but looks like we can do that for the next podcast in the future.
This'll be the start of
No,
something.
no, no, no,
Oh
no, 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 no,
my
no, no, no,
God!
no, 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 no,
No!
no, 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 no. No,
No!
no.
Oh my
I'm
God!
sorry.
Nah! When I see you, Bruce, I'ma just. You're not gonna see it coming.
I don't blame you.
Ah,
Like, trust me, once you see me, like, just
Oh,
there's you're not gonna know what's coming to you.
but Angel, it just feels so
no, no,
right
no, 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 no,
to
no, no,
be.
no,
Oh
no, no,
my
no, 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 no,
God!
no, 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 no,
Oh,
no. We're done. We're done. We're done. We're done. Anyways, people, Royal Rumble 2021. That's how we're starting it, and not the way Bruce is starting right now. So thank you, Bruce. But I think we're gonna carry on with this conversation without that. So here we
oh,
are starting at the WWE Thunderdome, and this is actually the first Royal Rumble where we don't have an audiences, but then again, that's been happening for a lot of WWE pay-per-views, and yet it's kind of ironic because the last Royal Rumble pay-per-view to have an audience was last year in Houston, which is pretty much our hometown. I mean, we don't live in Houston, but we live.
we are Houston. We're Southeast Houston.
I don't live in Houston.
You're Southeast, man.
That was the Royal. What you guys are missing out on is the fact that I, the A-lister, was at that particular Royal Rumble, and my
That's
pick for the
right. Bruce
Rumble
was
winner
at Royal
won.
Rumble last year.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, I completely forgot that Bruce was at Royal Rumble last year, the one that Drew McIntyre won.
and that was my pick. And guess what? He won, and nobody believed me when I said I was hearing rumors that Edge was coming back. Guess what? Edge came back, and I proved every one of you wrong. The A-lister got it correct.
I never said that it
Yeah,
was.
I saw your post, Bruce. I saw your post on Instagram. I was.
Yeah.
Oh
Now,
my
so
God.
I'm not blaming you. I'm blaming everybody else who didn't believe me.
Yes, people. This is how we start off a conversation at a podcast. This is not just any ordinary regular podcast. In the words of Jr., pretty much all hell broke loose.
Well,
Yep.
let's laugh, pal.
I know it's live, pal. But anyways, it's like as you as general, it's me and Bruce talking as usual. But this time we have a special guest, but he doesn't know how to stay quiet already because he already ruined the surprise. But we have our little friend as a guest appearance. We have our friend Angel.
What is up, my people?
Thank you for being on the podcast, Angel. And here's the thing. Why did you want to be on here, anyways?
The reason why I decided to join was because, you know, I just wanted to be in a YouTube video for the first time, see how things are gonna
Oh,
roll on, and and I was thinking like, hey, me and Sean and Bruce were all watching the same things, so why don't I join you? And yeah.
oh, he just wanted to make friends.
Oh my.
He's so cute. But anyways, just glad to have you on here. And as they say, the more the merrier. But I don't mind having guests here on the podcast show. I mean, hey, I can be a people person, unlike CM Punk. But I'm just
Oh,
saying what?
come on, man. Don't take a dig at Punk.
I'm not trying to take a dig at Punk. I'm just saying that that's what you said, that he's not a people person.
Okay, yeah, that was my fault.
So
I
yeah,
thought we were recording, but okay, never mind.
you
Anyways,
kind of you kind of you kind of build you kind of fell into that yourself.
yeah, that was sorry, Punk. Anyways,
But anyways, we're gonna carry on with our first match tonight. But this is not actually the first match officially on Royal Rumble. This is actually the pre-show, which is Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler going against the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Asuka and Charlotte Flair. And Angel, I'm just gonna just tell you real quick at the top. Usually, it's when it comes to these podcasts, Bruce goes first and then I go first. But to just keep this more organized. Bruce is still gonna go first. Then you're gonna go first, and then I'll go last.
Isn't it supposed to be Bruce goes first, then I go second, and then you go third?
That's what I just said.
Not how I heard it.
he corrected your punctuality.
You know what I meant.
No, but Sean, who's on first? What's on second? And I don't know is on third.
We're not doing the who's on first skit.
All right. Anyways, go ahead.
Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler were able to get the win because Asuka was out of the ring and Charlotte Flair was getting distracted by Lacey Evans and Ric Flair because that seemed pretty predictable. Bruce, what did you think about this match?
Pretty good pre-show match. I was surprised. There's definitely the dissension with they're trying to build up the dissension with Asuka and Charlotte by having Ric Flair get in the way. I still don't know how I feel about Rick coming back with Lacey Evans. I'm mixed on it because on the one hand it's like, yay, we get Ric Flair back, but on the other hand, I'm just like, why did this need to happen? I get it's to cause dissension between Charlotte and Asuka and have them both go their separate ways, but was this really the way to do it? Just I mean, I guess it's better than having them have like just another match at WrestleMania, but still just I don't know. But anyways, the match itself was pretty good. Both women, bell for bell went really well and the ending was surprising. The Shayna and I got back the tag team championships, and I was like, "Oh wow, okay, well we're doing this." So yeah, I don't know, but overall, I liked it. Okay,
So, what would you give this final score as a match?
I give it a 6.5.
The match was, I would say, it had a good start. I did like it. It was overall pretty good. But in the end, I just wasn't satisfied with the whole distraction. Like, I was just like, really? That's how you're going to end it? But most of it was good. But what Bruce says, I don't do points. So I'm going to give this one a 6.
I can pretty much agree with both your standards because there were some entertaining aspects, but the thing that really got me the most was that as much as as much as both of you know me as a wrestling fan, and if there's one thing I hate about wrestling matches, it's predictability, and I hate it with a passion. And I already knew that Lacey Evans and Ric Flair were going to come out and distract Charlotte, and it was going to cost them the tag team championships. And that was pretty much, I wasn't looking forward to this match. And I thought it was just a regular tag team match. I didn't think there was anything special to it. I didn't think there was a story. And I knew that they were going to eventually find a way to split up Asuka and Charlotte because they're going to make Charlotte go against Lacey Evans. And just real quick, just real quick, Bruce. Is there a reason why Ric Flair is teaming up with Lacey Evans? Is it because to me, the way I see it, it makes it look like a young woman's going after an older man.
That's pretty much the story. Lacey Evans somehow seduced Ric Flair with her womanly ways, and Rick just for no reason at all. It all happened at Raw Legends Night when all the legends were there, and Rick accidentally cost Charlotte the match with Lacey Evans. Charlotte got mad. She told her dad, I don't want you getting I don't want you getting in my way, basically. And she told him, get out of my ring because she lost. And Rick, for some whatever reason, decided to just team up with Lacey, and I don't know why, but they just seem bent on you ruining Charlotte's matches. Just I don't know, dude. I
I
don't know.
yeah, this storyline just seems so unorganized. And also at the same time, if you're doing this to push Lacey Evans, I mean, that might be a good thing, but at the same time, don't push her wearing Charlotte's robes because I mean, okay, wear it once because that's fine. You're just trying to mock him, but you're constantly wearing it. It's like, are you trying to make Lacey Charlotte 2.0? But no, it's like first off, I still don't agree with Lacey Evans being on the main roster because she's not ready for the main roster. I mean, I think she's talented. She's pretty. She's got the look. She's got the character, but she doesn't. She's not ready yet for that main roster. And I still didn't find a lot of good things about this match. And second, had Ric Flair and Lacey Evans distracted Charlotte, and that wouldn't have gotten in the way. I mean, it would have just been a boring match. I would have guessed that. But one last thing is, it would have been interesting had they distracted Charlotte, but Charlotte was still able to pick up the win. That would have made it still look like that
Yeah.
Charlotte would have still been a strong competitor to deal with. But no, they went the predictable route. Nia and Shayna won the titles, and that's it. So for my final score, I'm just gonna give that a 5 out of 10.
And I'll second that because it doesn't even feel like they're trying to push Lacey Evans. Like I feel like they had an idea and now there's unbeknownst to them, it feels like they're burying her and putting her in this storyline which just is so messy and I want nothing to do with, and I don't know why it's on Monday Night Raw, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I can agree with, and I think that's what we can all just finish off with this first match, can we?
Yeah.
Basically.
All right, so now we carry on to the second match of the night, which why? Oh, not this is not technically the second match of the night. This is the first match of the Royal Rumble, and for some odd reason, they put the WWE Championship first. I've complained for months about who in the hell is responsible for booking these championship matches in order because the WWE Championship should be more valuable than that. But no, they put it at the beginning of the match. But then again, I get it. It's the Royal Rumble. They want to make the men's Royal Rumble the most finishing one. So that one I can understand, but why did this one have to be at the beginning of the match? It shouldn't. But it was Drew McIntyre defending his WWE Championship against Goldberg, and you were right, Bruce. Goldberg cannot book a match within something less than 2 minutes, and I'm just looking at the score right now. The whole total it took for this match was 2 minutes and 32 seconds, and that's how long this match lasted. Drew McIntyre was able to beat Goldberg within that quick amount of speed with a what's his finisher called? The
Claymore.
Claymore. My bad. I just had a brain fart right there, and that's pretty much the end of the match. So, Bruce, your thoughts?
So yes, we've joked about it in the past. Goldberg can't work a match in over 2 minutes. We've all said it in the past. Be it as it may, though, this 2 minute match was entertaining for what it was. It wasn't nothing to write home about, but I was entertained. I liked it a heck of a lot more than I thought I would. I was not looking forward to this match at all. And I agree with you. Yes, why do they book the WWE Championship at the beginning? But then again, almost all the main titles from the women's and the men's divisions were on the line. So had they put, I guess, a women's championship match, chances are we would have had the same complaints. But be it as it may, this match was entertaining. Like I said, nothing to write home about. Lots of spears, typical Goldberg stuff. You're going to see him spear people through barricades and, stuff like that. And of course, like Drew McIntyre kicked out of the jackhammer, which made me go holy moly because I thought that Goldberg was actually going to pick up the W. I was like, no way, come on. And he actually kicks out of the jackhammer. I was like, oh, okay, we're doing this. Yes. And so, yeah, it was entertaining for what it was. I liked it. I really do like it.
So, what would you give this final score?
You're going to be shocked. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 because compared to what we saw from the pre-show to now, a 2 minute match entertained me more than what a 10-minute match from the pre-show. This match, like, really, I got a kick out of. Like I said, my expectations were super low, and then going into this match and then after the match, I was like, you know what? That was pretty darn entertaining. I don't care what anyone says. I thoroughly love this match.
I knew for a fact this match was going to be so short. Like, I literally predicted it. I was like, I know this match is not going to last not even 5 minutes. I was thinking, like, most likely 2 minutes, 3 minutes tops. But man, like what Bruce said, it was like like you said, like Goldberg can't even wrestle as much as he used to back in the old days. So we're just gonna literally see spear, spear, spear. So, but like I said, I mean, but at least knows how to. But at least this match, though, he didn't botch any of his moves. Like I was shocked that he didn't botch the jackhammer, which we all remember when he botched it at Super Showdown 2019. Oh my God, that was a nightmare.
We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that pay per view.
But yeah, like I said, like this 2 minute match was pretty good. Like at first, like like from what Bruce said, it was entertaining for like 3 minutes. It was, or I don't know if y'all recorded the time, but yeah, like this 2 minute match in between was pretty good, surprisingly. And I do agree with Bruce's rating, and I'm gonna give this one an 8 because
Woo! Man, you guys are just trying to fire me up right now.
Go ahead.
No, I mean, no. He has the right to talk about it. I'm not saying that he doesn't have the right to say that what score he gives it. He can give it a 10 out of 10. I might not agree with it, but it's his choice. He has the right to say it. I'm just saying that I just don't agree with it. That's all. But this match was
No, that's
entertaining.
fine.
This match was entertaining to say the least, because a lot of his Goldberg matches recently, besides the Undertaker one, which we don't talk about, they've been pretty much just good. But that's only because they just happened so quickly. But the thing was, did Drew McIntyre have to face Goldberg? Because the whole storyline between this was just that Goldberg was challenging him because he's like saying like the only thing you don't got is respect, and then and that was pretty much it. And I get it. Like after the match, they're trying to put Drew over, like saying, "Hey, it's like the old generation is finally going to give Drew McIntyre the new generation some respect." And it was nice, but did it really have to be Goldberg? Because we have so much newer talent with so much potential and have the chance to be on there on stage, giving their performance of a lifetime. Yet Vince is still stuck up in this idea that no, we need Goldberg because Goldberg's the main attraction. But it's like make new attraction. That's all you have to do. It's not rocket science. I'm sorry to be the odd one here, but yeah, I'm the one who doesn't agree with this match. I mean, it was entertaining. There wasn't anything bad that I hate about it. It's just I just don't like it. It's that Drew McIntyre and Goldberg are facing each other for the WWE Championship. So for my
Yeah,
sorry to cut you off, but I'm just saying for my final score, I'm just gonna have to give it much lower. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10.
that's fine.
yeah, that's
Well,
fine.
I could see what you mean because I feel like they're trying to make basically Goldberg like the good guy version of Brock Lesnar. Like if they need a match or if they just want ratings, call up Goldberg. That's what they did with Brock. If you want ratings or if you want like some box office hits, call it. They used Brock Lesnar was their go-to guy. I guarantee you, if Brock Lesnar was still with the company, this would have been Brock Lesnar versus Drew McIntyre. And chances are Lesnar would have gone over, but who knows?
Yeah, but we don't need Brock Lesnar. Just saying. I think we're finishing on with this match. So now we carry on to our third match of the night. It is the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship on the line, and it is Carmella with Reginald. I don't know his full name because I'm looking here up on as they say it online. And it's Sasha Banks defending her SmackDown Women's Championship. And this match only lasted 10 minutes, which I felt like it was longer, but that's only because I thought it was kind of boring. But Sasha Banks was able to get the win and retain her championship by beating Carmella through submission. So, Bruce, carry on.
So, what happened in this match? I forgot about this match. Literally, I was kind of like dilly dallying. I was like, okay, what's going on again? Wait, who's what? I literally kind of spaced out with this match. I wasn't invested. I did not really care about the storyline. I love Carmella. I love Sasha Banks. Both of them are talented. I don't care what anyone says. Carmella is a very underrated talent, but I don't remember what happened in this match. This match was just kind of a blur. It was entertaining in some spots, but other than that, I just like you said, I was kind of boring for me as well. I wasn't thoroughly invested, so For my final score, I'll be nice. I'll give it a 5 out of 10. It was average. I'll be nice.
I felt like there wasn't really needed for another. There just wasn't necessary for it to have a round 2 of this match. Like, I loved the first time they had a match on TLC. It was good, all right, because it was the first match that they were gonna wrestle each other for the championship title, and I really liked that match, but for Royal Rumble again, I mean, come on, man, don't bore me out. I mean, I really like Sasha, and Carmella's good too, but I'm just like, why do we need to watch this match again? Like, oh, like, please, like, just not a third time, because you're just gonna kill off the whole. I mean, I don't know, like, why the whole storyline, what this storyline is, but like, to me, honestly, I agree with Bruce. I'm gonna give this one a 5 because I just like it just wasn't necessary to have another match between those two. It just wasn't necessary.
I'll just say this, had the storyline been more interesting, I think we would have clamored for another match. Like, the stuff they're doing with Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens, that makes me clamor for more. But the stuff with Carmella and Sasha Banks just makes me feel like, okay, he had a one-time deal. The match was great. Get it over with. Let's see Sasha Banks fight somebody else. So yeah.
I mean, this is actually the first time in just the podcast today where I'm actually on board with both of you because I do not remember a single damn thing about this match. It was just a blur. And it's probably the weakest match of the entire pay per view. And that's even including the pre show. And don't get me wrong, I love Sasha Banks. She's going to be one day one of the greatest female wrestlers of all time, if she's not already. But the thing is, this match was boring. And I would admit I left what I was watching on TV, but I left a few times to go get something to eat because I was just not that invested. It was just boring. Yeah, there's not much I can say because there's not really any highlights about it, and I just wish that there was more to talk about, but I really can't say much. I mean, and I can talk about a wrestling match forever, but this is just one of those times where I can't put words into it because there wasn't anything interesting or anything not too bad, like not like bad, like horrible bad, but this is just overall just a boring match. So I'm gonna have to agree with both. I'm gonna have to go a little lower. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10.
All right. Well, Sean is being a bit more cruel with his ratings. So
I am being a cruel because
Oh yeah, no,
I'm a picky guy. But we at least we find a bright side. Now we get at least now there's something more interesting. Now we got the women's Royal Rumble.
oh man, now that was an intense Royal Rumble there.
This was a pretty good Royal Rumble.
I loved it. And here's the thing, I had no picks for this year's Rumble because I genuinely could not put my finger on who would win both the men's and women's Royal Rumble. That's how good it was. The fact that I can't even predict who's going to win.
Well, the only reason that they said that there were no picks on who they said for the Royal Rumble was only because backstage creative was having a strong time because they had no idea who to pick. Bruce, you want to give your first initial thoughts about the Royal Rumble?
Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Yeah, this Rumble was fantastic. Man, I got to like last year's Rumble, women's Rumble was pretty good. This blows last year's out of the park. Not just because of, who came back, but just because the actual match itself was just so tight knit and just, the people you thought were going to win, they got thrown out. All of a sudden, it's like, okay, now this is getting interesting. And it boiled down to, Bianca Belair, and I was rooting for Bianca, and I was like, okay, Bianca, you've been in this match for this long, you have to win. And finally, Bianca got the W. Man, oh my goodness, I'm so happy for her. She got her own WWE 24 documentary. Now she's a Rumble winner. She's on her way to WrestleMania. And that emotional post-match the post match promo that she cut. It was just awesome. Just Man, dude, I'm just so happy for Bianca, and this match was fantastic. This match brought everything that a Rumble needs to bring to a match, and what more can I say? Just if you haven't watched it, go out and watch it, folks. Just watch it. It's a great time.
Oh man, like I 100% agree with Bruce, dude. Like literally, like this match was great. Like I did not even blink. I did not even leave. Like I literally just stayed watching the TV, just admiring the women's Royal Rumble. Like it was just great. Like man, like and not only we had like mostly SmackDown and Raw, but man, we also had some NXT on the house. Like whoa, like it was fantastic, man. Like whoa, like don't man, just so much to talk about. But whoa, like it's just man, like I should have gone. Like wait, are we giving ratings on this one or no?
Yeah, it's just that Bruce forgot to give his rating.
I knew it.
Mhm.
Are we also spoiling anything or no?
Yeah, because I mean, the Royal Rumble already happened, so people watching the podcast, I'm pretty sure they're just here for just our reactions.
Man, like Bianca starting at what number 3 was it?
She started off at number 3. Yeah, I got the results right here.
Man, and then she won at the very end. Like, like it was just like wow. Like Bianca was like full blast, man. Like she is a great future for WWE. Like I'm so glad like she's in the main roster, and I gotta say there is a big future for her. But man, let's also talk about how they added Rhea Ripley into the Rumble.
Woo!
Oh my gosh. Like man, like as soon as she popped up, like I was literally so excited that she came. Like I was like, whoa, like I was literally rooting for Rhea. Don't get me wrong. I was rooting for her. And you know, and every time when she almost touched the floor, like I was literally like scared. I was just like, no, 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 like just do not touch the floor. Like please don't. And you know, I was thinking like, okay, I hope she wins it, but then at the same time I'm just like, nah, she's not gonna win it. I already know Bianca's gonna win it, which don't get me wrong, I do like Bianca winning, but I already know for a fact Rhea wasn't gonna win it because like let's be honest, it's too she even said that she doesn't even want to join main roster yet. It's too early for her. But overall, Royal Rumble was an A-okay. It was great.
The way he said it. And they okay. Yeah, I thought this Rumble was pretty good. It was very entertaining, and there was at one point at time where I didn't know who was gonna win because we were down to Charlotte Flair, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley. And I'm gonna be with Angel on this one. My pick was Rhea Ripley because I thought that she was meant ready for the main roster because she is a champion. She's gonna be one of the greatest female wrestlers of all time if her career goes down the right path. But the thing that I was scared of was that for quite a while during this match, they were talking about that Charlotte could be winning twice in a row, and they mentioned that countless times, and it got me scared, thinking like, "Oh God, please don't make Charlotte win again," because I mean, she already won time, and one time is enough already. Like, give it to somebody else. And the fact that she was finally eliminated in the match, and now we were down to Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair, I was like, okay, finally, we're gonna give it to some fresh faces, which is always great to see. But the thing is, I was like, I didn't know who was gonna win, which was good. But my choice was thinking it was most likely gonna go to Bianca Belair because she's on the main roster. They've been kind of building her up for a little bit, which I didn't think that they've been building her up correctly. But I feel like the match was gonna go to her, even though Rhea was the powerhouse in here because she was the one in the match with the most eliminations. She had, as I'm looking right here, she had 7 eliminations out of everyone because everyone was only averaging like one actually, uh, Shayna Baszler came in second for 6 eliminations and Bianca for 4. But I'm actually happy for Bianca, and it's good for her. She has her good Royal Rumble moment. I didn't think she was completely ready for a championship match yet because I think they still need time for her to build up. But I'm just glad that they're finally giving it to somebody new, and it's not going to be like it's not gonna be rehashed all over again with former wrestlers. But yeah, I can say I'm satisfied. And plus, Rhea Ripley is still gonna be in NXT because I don't want her to join the main roster because they'll trash her. But the thing is, at least Bianca gets her moment. Hopefully, they don't screw her up like Shinsuke Nakamura's Royal Rumble. But everything so far, pretty good, pretty good.
Oh, what would you guys rate this?
A 9. I'm gonna give it a 9.
I'm gonna give it an 8.5.
You guys are gonna be mad. I'm gonna give this a 10 out of 10. I love this.
No,
Whoa!
no, 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 no,
A
no, no,
10.
no, 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 no,
Oh,
no,
I
I
don't
do.
care. I don't care. I don't care. I love this Rumble.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bash at it. I was thinking of a 10. Like, I was like, was it a perfect Rumble?
It was not a
Like, it
perfect
was a
Rumble.
very, very good Rumble, but I wouldn't say it a perfect Rumble. The only thing that threw me off was like, let's see, just a few wrestlers that they added, which I feel like just kind of killed it off a bit, but at the same time, it was mostly done. I'm not gonna mention any wrestler names, but yeah.
So now on to our fifth match of the night. It is the WWE Championship, not WWE Championship. Please forgive me for that. It is the WWE Universal Championship on the line in a last man standing match with Roman Reigns defending his Universal Championship against Kevin Owens. Bruce, you want to give your little thoughts on that?
Okay, so besides the Rumble matches, out of the singles matches, this was match of the night. This match was amazing. This thing felt like, especially with like the backstage areas and with Roman Reigns running over Kevin Owens with a golf cart, and then Kevin Owens
Oh my
doing a
god.
swanton bomb off of the forklift. Like, this felt like something out of SmackDown versus Raw 2007, or SmackDown Here Comes the Pain, because like in Here Comes the Pain, you can jump off the WWE New York building and then onto people on New York traffic. Like, this just felt like something out of a video game, and it almost felt like something that you would come up with when you're playing with like wrestling action figures. Like, it felt like wrestling action figures and wrestling video games like come to life. The story that they were telling, the brutality, the fact that Roman Reigns, once it hit Kevin Owens with a golf cart, I mean, he practically almost committed manslaughter there. But yeah, and I will say, like, the ending, man, I wanted Kevin Owens to win so bad, but then again, it was good. It almost felt like an old school NWA match because it didn't have a clean finish. It was dirty, it was brutal, and then of course the sleazy bad guy gets away with it again. So here's to hoping Kevin Owens can pick up some kind of W in the future. I want to see Kevin Owens as some kind of champion again. I was kind of hoping that he'd win the men's Royal Rumble, that he'd somehow be a surprise entrance and win the men's Royal Rumble match, but who knows? Maybe at Elimination Chamber. Who knows? But well, that's if there's an Elimination Chamber. But yeah, I gotta say this was a heck of a good time.
So, what would you get the final score?
I'd give it a 9.5. I loved it. This was fantastic.
I definitely agree with Bruce, man. Like, that match was great. Like, last man standing with Kevin and Reigns. Oh man, like, it was just a great match between those two. Like, them like freaking Kevin falling off into the table and then being far away from Reigns and then getting ran over by a golf cart. I'm like, oh man. I was just like, can this stop being good? Because I'm enjoying this. And then the forklift, swanton bomb. Oh my gosh, like, it was great. And then I was a bit let down that, like, like, Reigns had to, like, you know, uh
He had to pull the referee.
I know, like, I was just like, it. I was like, is Kevin really gonna win this? Like, will he get the W? But I was like, nope, not. I guess it's not Kevin's day. But aside from that, everything was great. I loved it. It was a great match. I'm gonna give this one a 9.
This was actually a really good match in terms of the singles competition. This was match of the night, not counting the Royal Rumble matches, but I really liked this match a lot. And there were some little things that I'm iffy about it, but then again, that's just me being a nitpicker. Because bash on me all you want, you know I'm a nitpicker when it comes to wrestling only. When it comes to movies and anime and all that, that's a whole different situation when I do my other videos. But yeah, I thought this was a really good match. That golf cart scared the shit out of me. I did not see that coming, and when that happened, I jumped from my bed and I was like, "What the hell?" And I was like thinking, my first reaction was like, "I hope Kevin's okay," but that I did not see coming with that. I'll eat that up. I love that part. But the one things I didn't like was not the fact that Kevin Owens did the swanton bomb off the forklift, but the fact that is that they had a drone already prepared to put it on top of a certain angle, and it just made it look less it made it look inferior. Like, it didn't make it feel like that Kevin was falling from a certain amount of height, because if you shoot it from a lower angle, it makes Kevin look like he's at a higher advantage, and it makes him look superior. But I learned all that from film class, but that's just me. And yeah, I thought the match was really good in general. Roman, I thought Roman was legit gonna lose until he pulled that referee, and it got me pissed off. And I thought one of the Usos was gonna pop up like as Roman's goons, but no, that was surprisingly not gonna happen this time. And Roman did cheat, of course, but did they botch it for any moment? Like, because when Roman was handcuffed, Paul Heyman was trying to unshackle the cuffs, and
Yeah.
the ref stopped counting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I noticed too. Like, I
Yeah.
didn't understand why he stopped counting. Like, I was just like,
Because of story purposes.
yep.
Yeah, I think that was just because, Paul was having a tough time trying to get the handcuff off, which honestly, if I was in Paul's shoe, that would have been me. If I was Paul Heyman, I would have had a tough time getting that thing out too. That thing would have probably taken me like 2 minutes just to get it off. But yeah, it happens. Accidents happen. Botches do happen. This match is no different, but still, it didn't stop this match from being what it was overall.
Yeah, so I still thought it was an overall great match. I wouldn't give it a 9 out of 10, but I give it a close match. I give it an 8.5. But that's only because I still wish at times Roman could. What I want to see is a bad guy who wins championships, but he actually has the skills to do it, not because he only cheats. But I get it's a typical heel method that's always been done for years and maybe even decades. But I would like to see Roman be that type of guy where he can win matches on his own without help, because that would make him look even tougher.
Yeah, exactly. Like Brock Lesnar, for example. Like, he's a heel and he does his things in no way, no help.
Or Kenny Omega, because Kenny Omega. Well, then again, Kenny Omega's been having a little bit of help by cheating at times, but he does have the skills to back it up. But we could talk about that for a whole different situation. But yeah, I really enjoyed this match. So now our last match of the night, and this they always keep it a tradition, which thank God they keep it last. But it is the men's Royal Rumble match, and Edge was able to pick up the win by eliminating Randy Orton. I can get full on details when it's my turn, but Bruce, take it away.
Wow. So this is a really good Rumble match. I w- this is I wouldn't say this is the best. This is one of the best, certainly. It was very entertaining, had a lot of bright spots. Um I guess I don't know how I like on the one hand, I'm happy that Edge won, but on the other hand, I don't know how I feel about that. I'm just like Edge won, I was kind of hoping somebody new would win. Like I said, I was kind of hoping that Kevin Owens would be a surprise entrant in the Rumble and he'd win the whole thing and then go on to pick up the W at WrestleMania. But, I guess we'll have to wait and see what becomes of Kevin Owens. Be it as it may, though, this match was pretty darn good. It was what it was. That's what Christian came back. Holy moly. The Hurricane came back. That was hilarious. Um, But yeah, Edge and Christian had that whole reunion, and man, I wish Matt Hardy was still with WWE because Jeff was in there, and had Jeff and Matt been in that Rumble, oh my goodness, wow. But that's just me being nostalgic. But anyways, yeah, this match was pretty good, and eh, I don't. Before I give it a rating, what do you guys have to say?
I don't really know if I can give my own opinion until it's my turn, but I can see why you say you don't feel comfortable with Edge winning because it makes actually I'm just gonna leave that until it's my turn. So
Well, okay. I was a bit worried at first that I was like, oh, Edge is coming first? Okay. Most likely he's not gonna last in the Rumble, but we'll see how far this goes. And I want to say that throughout the whole match, it was really good. Like way better than last year how it started because like let's be honest, like 2020, Brock Lesnar literally dethroning all 15 wrestlers and like they were nothing.
Mhm.
That was a bad start. But this one, I really liked it. It was better, I say. So many wrestlers that returned, like Christian with Edge. I was so happy that Christian came back. I literally thought that he was never going to wrestle again, but that caught me by surprise. And let's not forget Kane. Kane came back. Oh my gosh, like that was great too. Man,
That's gotta be Kane.
I know, and and him with Daniel Bryan, like they were gonna hug it out. I was like, no way, is Team Hell No coming back? Is Team Hell No coming back? But we know that's in the past. That's not gonna happen. And
Well, they
but
did hug.
yeah, and let's not forget Kane's how he does in most Royal Rumbles, double choke slam. Let us give him respects on that double choke slam.
He still got it.
I know, right? And let's not forget the one wrestler that actually brought the Royal Rumble into high Damian Priest.
Dun,
Oh
dun, dun.
man. He actually put up a great show, man. Like he eliminated Kane, man. That threw me by surprise. Like I was just wow. Damian actually eliminated Kane. That was amazing. And man, there's just a lot to say because I want to say like this Royal Rumble on the men's was great. It was great. And let's not also forget Seth Rollins came back. But overall, at the very end, I was very excited that Edge won. I literally did not see that Edge was gonna win. I That caught me way off by surprise. I was I was thinking like a new wrestler was gonna win this, but I was wow, I was shocked. I was happy at the same time, but and then in my mind, I'm just like, now that he won, who's he gonna pick? We're just gonna have to wait. And I don't know. I can't give out my rating yet. I'm gonna wait till you pass on, Sean. But go on.
this Royal Rumble, I'm a little iffy about it because I don't think it was great, but I didn't think it was horrible either because first off, Edge winning, actually not just Edge winning, I'm gonna be majority of the crowd, and why the fuck did they have to release who were the first two entrants in the men's Royal Rumble? And why did they do that? I'm sorry for if I cuss, but I had to. But why did they also had to do that for the women's Royal Rumble? Like the Royal Rumble is supposed to be mysterious. You shouldn't know that. I mean, sure they done it before in the past because they announced number 30 was going to be Rikishi, but that was kind of a different time. That was a different era. That's a little excusable, but this is during a time where we live where wrestling is now more of a sport and we can't know who these wrestlers are going to be. But Edge winning the Royal Rumble, I thought that might have happened. I wasn't 100% sure because I thought rumors that they were going to push Big E to be the winner of the Rumble because they've been trying to push him lately and they think they see a lot of potential in him. Personally, I think he had it at one point, like when he was during his time in NXT, but after when he was with the New Day, that's when I took him less seriously to be a championship. But if they try to push him back up, it's gonna take a while before I see Big E as championship material. But Edge winning the Rumble, I didn't think that was gonna happen because when they took out Randy Orton, when he wasn't eliminated, he was taken to the back and he was, as Story, he was trying to recover from his injured knee that Edge injured, but I knew for a sec that without a doubt Orton was gonna come back as the final two to face Edge, and Edge was gonna get screwed over by Randy, and Randy was gonna win the Rumble. That's how I saw it. But no, Edge reversed it and threw Randy over the top, which I didn't see coming. Which it was nice. It was nice to see unpredictability right there. But it's just that, like kind of like how Josh has been in part of this podcast before. He's mentioned it. I've mentioned it. We just don't like it when wrestlers are taken to the bag and then show up later because that's been done so many countless times and you expect it to happen. So why would they keep doing that? I don't know, but apparently they think, in the words of Vince, that's good shit. But yeah, yeah, there were some wrestlers that I thought weren't necessary to come back. I mean, sure, they're here for the entertainment, or sometimes they're here for nostalgic purposes. I mean, Carlito, he looked good. He was in better shape than he came last time in WWE. Kane, um,
Kane.
I was a little off with Kane. This time I was not happy to see Kane. Hurricane Holmes, he's kind of come around yearly now, which I kind of thought it took away that spark of seeing Hurricane. But Christian was the only one that I thought was a surprise because I never expected Captain Charisma to come back. So that one I was actually happy to see. And Damian Priest, which was a good, nice little entrance. I didn't think he was going to show up on the main roster, but and Bruce, you already know how I feel when it comes to NXT roster coming up to the main roster, so it's never a fun time for that. But it's just, I'll say this: I'm glad that we finally got an entrance, the number one entrance to win the Royal Rumble because we haven't had that in a while. But not also that, Edge is making history as the first ever Hall of Famer to win the Rumble. But I'm like, do we need a Hall of Famer to win the Royal Rumble? Like, does that basically means we care about the old but screw the new talent? Because that's how I see it sometimes. Like,
Yeah, it kind of feels like they just put that nail in that coffin, just like they're literally hammering that in, and it's just like, okay, we get it, but I don't know.
so yeah, this wasn't my favorite Rumble for the men's. I thought the women's did it better in terms of ending wise, but I'm gonna have to give it a 7 out of 10.
I'll give it an 8.5. I liked it. It was not bad, but I guess maybe I was expecting something a little more. But be it as it may, it was still a great Rumble match.
Yeah, I did like how we just got another, you know, it's not Shawn Michaels that he was from first place now winning the whole Rumble. Now we got Edge, who was from first in the Royal Rumble and now winning the Rumble, which I was happy now we got another one. I Okay, do not bash on me at this, but I am gonna give this one a 9 out of 10.
Not bad.
I'm gonna keep my anger in, but I think that's pretty much gonna do it for this entire podcast for this year's Royal Rumble 2021. Do you guys have any last things you want to say to the audience or anything?
Guys, in case you're ever feeling down, if you ever need somebody to talk to, reach out to Sean and I. We have emails. You never know if you need prayer. You can contact me in my email. And just remember one thing. If you close your eyes, your life a naked truth reveal.
Bruce,
Gross, bro. That's so gross.
I think they get it.
Yeah, let's see what WWE has in stock for us, man. I wonder who's Edge gonna pick. Are we gonna have Claymore versus Spear? Spear versus Spear? Oh man,
Oh yeah,
a lot of
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Angel. But there's one last thing I'm actually scared for is that who is Edge gonna pick? Because the thing is, regardless if Edge picks Drew McIntyre or if he picks Roman Reigns, and if he wins that championship at WrestleMania, regardless, fans are just gonna see it as old roster burying new talent.
Well, we'll see.
we'll see how it's done.
All right, so I guess that pretty much does it for this podcast. Thank you so much, Angel, for being on here.
Thanks, Angel.
I'm actually glad that we were actually able to have another wrestling fan here on our show. I like to say ours because me and Bruce, we kind of share this equally. So Bruce. You're as part of it as much as I am.
Yeah, unlike some people. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Got-
Don't
got-
attack me.
Hey, I'm the only one that throws shots around here. But yeah, guys, if you like this podcast, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, subscribe here to the channel for more content. And until then, well, we'll see you in the next podcast. Bye.